Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. Today we're looking at something very special. This is the brand new Rog Xbox Ally, and it's a big deal. For the first time ever, Xbox has put its name on a handheld device. That alone makes it exciting. But the real story here isn't just about the hardware. It's the software that changes everything. Now, this might sound strange, but this doesn't feel like a true Xbox handheld. Not in the traditional sense. Instead of a new console, what we're seeing is a Windows-based handheld with a special Xbox layer on top. Microsoft calls this the Xbox full screen experience. It's not a new operating system. It's not Xbox OS, it's actually Windows 11 with an Xbox-focused UI on top. When you turn on the Rog Xbox Ally, it skips the usual desktop and jumps straight into the Xbox app. It looks like a console interface. No icons, no folders, just a smooth game-first layout. But even though it skips the desktop, that doesn't mean it's gone. You can still load the full Windows 11 desktop if you want. It just doesn't come up by default. That's an important change. It keeps the device faster and cleaner when you're using it like a console. Only the necessary parts of Windows load at first. If you do choose to launch the desktop, it takes up more RAM and starts all the normal Windows background tasks. That's fine for people who want full PC access, but for casual use, it stays lightweight. This is a big deal because Windows has always been a problem on handhelds. Other devices, like the Steam Deck or Legion Go S, have used SteamOS, which often gives better performance. In many cases, games on SteamOS actually run faster than they do on Windows. That's not just about software, it's about efficiency. Windows has a lot of extra features that slow things down. Microsoft seems to know that. This time, they've made changes. They're only loading what's necessary. That's a smart move. What makes this even more interesting is who worked on it. It wasn't just the Windows team. The Xbox team helped. Build it too, that's rare. These teams usually work separately, but here they were both involved. In fact, the Xbox team helped write some of the Windows code. That's not something we hear often from Microsoft. It shows that this project is serious, but let's be honest, the software isn't finished yet. At the event, we only got a few minutes to try it. Maybe 10 minutes total. Microsoft guided us through it. After that, they took the units away. We couldn't explore it fully. We couldn't film much of it. And there's no b-roll of the actual experience. Just a few screenshots and some promo. Images, that's disappointing, but also expected with early builds. From what we saw, it looks like an updated Xbox app. You can scroll through it like on an Xbox console. Tap the Xbox button and you get multitasking options. You can jump between games, settings, and menus quickly. It felt smooth, it felt simple, but we weren't allowed to open the full desktop. We saw the button for it, but it was off limits. So we don't know how well the full Windows side works yet. One of the most exciting parts is how the Xbox app connects to other PC stores. Microsoft didn't list them all, but we saw options like Battle.net and Steam. That means you're not locked into Xbox. You can play games from other platforms. Epic Games Store, third-party launchers, games with anti-cheat, those should all work. That's one reason why people still prefer Windows for handheld gaming. It's flexible. And this version tries to keep that flexibility while improving the experience. Let's talk about the hardware. If you used the original Rog Ally, you know it had some problems. It overheated. The battery wasn't great. But it was a bold step. Later, Asus released the Rog Ally X. It improved a lot. Bigger battery, better controls, cleaner design. This new Rog Xbox Ally feels like the next step in that line. The moment I held it, I could tell it was more ergonomic. The grips are deeper and more comfortable. The original was fine, but this is better. It reminds me of the old GameCube controller. It fits nicely in your hands. The weight is better balanced. There are also some fun design touches. Look closely and you'll see tiny Rog Xbox text repeated all over the back. It's a small Easter egg, like what PlayStation does with its symbols. The regular Xbox Ally comes in white. The Ally X comes in black. Both have the same size and shape. They look almost identical. But inside, they're different. The regular Xbox Ally has a 60 watt-hour battery. The Ally X has an 80 watt-hour battery. That's a big improvement. More playtime, less worry. The screen is the same on both. It's a 108 OPLCD with a 120 Hz refresh rate. It's smooth and looks good. Nothing too fancy, but it gets the job done. Now let's talk about the chips. The Ally X uses a brand new AMD Z2 Extreme chip. It's made for 108p gaming. It should handle most modern games well. The regular Ally uses something called the Z2A. Microsoft didn't explain what it is. But from what I've heard, it might be the same chip used in the Steam Deck old. That chip is efficient, but not the most powerful. If that's true, it could help keep the price low. Speaking of price, Microsoft hasn't shared any numbers yet. We only know the release window holiday 2024. If I had to guess, the base model might start around $550 or $600. The Ally X could be closer to $800. That's just speculation. We'll have to wait for the final launch to know for sure. Here's the tricky part. Does this really feel like an Xbox device? Honestly, it feels more like an Asus device with Xbox branding. The Xbox button is on the same shape as the older Rog Ally. The design hasn't changed much. It's clear that this device was already in development before Xbox joined the project. They just added branding and software on top? That's fine. But it doesn't feel like a ground-up Xbox handheld, and the name Xbox Full Screen Experience doesn't help. It's confusing. They should have called it something like Xbox Edition or Handheld Mode. That would make more sense. It's hard to tell what this software really is just from the name. And we don't know if it will come to other handhelds. Microsoft said nothing about that. Right now, it's only for the Xbox Ally and Ally X, but I don't think that will last. Other companies will want this software too. It makes handheld gaming on Windows much better. There are also questions about updates. Will older Rog Ally users get this new Xbox software? They should. If not, it would feel unfair. Microsoft did say they redesigned the power profiles. That should improve efficiency. Even with a big battery, it's nice to have smarter power use. You don't want your handheld running at 100% all the time. It drains fast. Better profiles mean longer playtime, especially on the go. I see this as Microsoft's first real step to fix the Windows handheld problem. For years, Windows was clunky and unoptimized for small screens. Now they're finally doing something. And they chose to work with Asus, one of the best in the handheld space. That's smart. It shows they're taking this seriously. They're trying to improve Windows before more companies move to SteamOS Dot, but this also feels like a stopgap, a placeholder before something bigger. Phil Spencer has already said that Xbox is working on a proper handheld. That's probably still a few years away. Until then, this gives us a look at what the future might hold. It's not perfect, but it's a start. The ROG Xbox Ally doesn't replace the Xbox Series consoles. Microsoft made that clear. Their strategy now includes 3 parts: PC, console, and handheld. This is the handheld piece, but it's not the end goal. It's the beginning. There are still things missing. For example, we don't know if games will sleep and resume like on the Steam Deck. They mentioned it but didn't confirm. It's unclear. That's something we need in a handheld. It also can't play Xbox 360 or Xbox One games natively. That's a shame. Game Pass includes so many titles. It would be nice to have full support on the go. Maybe that will come later. Right now, this is just a better Windows handheld, not a full Xbox console. After seeing everything, I kept thinking about what this means for Xbox. This launch felt different. Usually Xbox shows off a new console. It's clear and simple. This was more complex. It's a hybrid, a mix of PC and console. That's exciting, but also a little confusing. Still, the improvements are real. The hardware feels great. The grips are a huge upgrade. The software is cleaner and faster. It's the best version of Windows on a handheld we've seen so far. Even if you think the Xbox branding is odd, the product itself is better. Maybe this is Microsoft's long-term plan. Instead of making a new Xbox OS, they could just turn Windows into the future of Xbox. add more features, make it more efficient, and use it across all devices. That would make sense. One system for everything. But if they're going to do that, they need a better name. Xbox full screen experience just doesn't sound right. Still, if I had to guess, I'd say this is where things are heading. A future where Xbox is no longer a console, it's an app, a platform, and it runs on Windows. Whether it's a laptop, a PC, or a handheld like the Rog Ally, it could all run the same system. That's powerful. The Rog Xbox Ally and Ally X are clearly strong devices. They might not be perfect, but they set a new standard. If this is what the future of Xbox looks like, it's going to be very different. But maybe that's a good thing. It's fresh. It's flexible. And it gives us more ways to play. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We've got more videos coming soon about handheld gaming, the Switch 2, and more. Thanks for watching Spec Hunter, and we'll see you in the next one.